Let's look at ordering fractions, decimals, and percents. Starting with the vocabulary, ascending, which means to go up, you are rising or ordering from least to greatest. Where descending, or going down, you're going to fall or order from greatest to least. Don't forget, when comparing decimals, you want to convert everything, when comparing numbers, convert everything to a decimal. You can also use FDP for help if you need it. For example, going from decimals to percents, you are going in the right direction. So you want to move 2 decimals to the right. In other words, multiply by 100. If you're going from a percent to a decimal, you are going left, and you also move 2 places. Or you can divide by 100. To go from a fraction to a decimal, you want to do numerator divided by denominator, which also can be written as n divided by d. To go from decimal to fraction, you want to say it. For example, if you have 0.24, instead of saying 0.24, you would say 24 hundredths. And that helps you say 24 hundredths. Or you can always put the number, which in this case would be 24, over the place value. And then you simplify if needed. So let's look at below where we can convert our numbers to decimals. 1/8. This is a good one to memorize, which would be 0 and 125 thousandths. You can also divide, putting 8 on the outside, a 1 on the inside. Don't forget to put your decimal in 2 zeros. 8 does not go into 1, I'm going to put a 0. 8 goes into 10 one time to give you 8. 2 remaining, bring down your 0. 8 goes into 20 2 times to give you 16. 4 remaining, get another 0, bring it down. 8 goes into 40 5 times. So that's why you have 125 thousandths. 4 over 1 is the same thing as 4. It's asking for a decimal, so make sure you put 0.0. To go from a percent to a decimal, remember you're moving 2 places to the left. So starting from the decimal, I'm going to move 2 places to the left, giving me 3.625. Looking in the right column, just a reminder, a negative exponent makes your decimal move to the left. So I'm going to start at my decimal and move 6 places to the left. Your final answer should have 5 zeros and then the numbers 3, 4, 5. Right below that, 6 8/100 times 10 to the third. It is a positive exponent, so you're going to start at your decimal and move 3 places to the right. 1, 2, 3. Always add the zeros if you need them. 6,080. And remember, they're asking for a decimal, so make sure you put a decimal and 0 at the end. To go from a percent to a decimal, you want to move 2 places to the left. So I'm going to start at my decimal and move 2 places to the left. Keep in mind, you need to make sure you have a 0 out front of your decimal if needed. Go ahead and try the remaining problems. Check your answers with the ones below. Look at your fractions with 11/25 and 3 4/5. Keep in mind that you can create an equivalent fraction, so it's easier for you to convert it to the decimal. Make it out of a place value such as 10, 100, or 1,000. Let's look at comparing FDP. Remember, anytime you're comparing numbers, put them in decimal form. Stack them if you need to using your grid paper. 0.3562 is greater than 0.35. Keep in mind that this would have 2 zeros at the end. 3, 5 they both start with, but then 6 is greater than 0. Square root of 5 is approximately 2.24. 3 halves is the same thing as 1.50. Remember, you want them to the same place value. 2.24 is greater than 1.5. Let's convert each of these to a decimal. 0.30 hundredths is less than 0.35 hundredths. Pause the video and finish the rest of the page. Check your answers with the ones written below. Remembering, when ordering FDP, always convert each of these to a decimal. This is a positive 3, so I'm going to move my decimal 1, 2, 3 places. To go from a percent to a decimal, I'm going to move 2 places to the left, and I'm going to multiply this by 2, numerator and denominator, to give me 2/10, so I can easily write it as 2/10 in decimal form. Make sure you line up the decimals. Okay, so you have one number in each grid. Give the decimal its own box. And let's give them all down to the same place value. Good. So now ordering from ascending order. So that's going up from least to greatest. So the smallest number here is going to be 0 and 2/10. In its original format, it was 1/5. Cross that out when you're done. The next largest number is 0 and 35/100. Cross it out when you're done. The next highest is 1 and 5/10, which was 150%. Then finally, 5 times 10 to the third power. Pause the video and try the next set of numbers, putting them in descending order. Check your answers with the problem below.